Anybody who is, might have a problem dealing with women is a potential rapist. I think a large number of men who do rape women don't like women. They're afraid of them or they hate them.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm a male chauvinist pig, and I raped 2 girls and got away with it. One in an alley, one in a park. I also hate them because they all tell me that my ding-a-ling is a little too small. You got any suggestions?
I hope that you can find help.
Why? It seems very puzzling. Why are there so many rapes? After all, prostitution is everywhere, and girls, even who are not prostitutes, are not that unwilling. We live in very permissive times. It's not that hard to find someone for sexual relations. I think the reason is that rapists are not so much out to gratify some sexual desire. They are out to gratify their anger. To rape a girl is to humiliate her. It is not just taking away something that is hers, her property or her money. It is basically taking her intactness, her integrity, making her, at least temporarily, a slave. And that is what the rapist wants.
I'm offering a personal $200 reward for the arrest and conviction of this man. He's a rapist, black male, medium brown complected, 6'1", weighed about 160 pounds.
For more than half the country's population, women, there's a very special kind of fear, the fear of rape. Statistics show that rape is on the rise in big cities today, although more than half of all attacks probably go unreported. One reason for this is that until very recently, most local laws made it embarrassing, sometimes terrifying for a woman to report an incident to the police. Was she really raped, they demanded? Had she resisted despite all threats of violence? Could she prove it? These requirements are slowly being lifted in New York and several other cities, but many victims are still too frightened or ashamed to report the crime. The problem is especially serious for teenage girls, who constitute the largest number of rape victims. If they're too afraid to tell their parents, they risk the dangers of pregnancy or venereal disease. Perhaps the healthiest development in this area is the degree to which rape is now being brought out of the shadows of silence and guilt, largely as a result of the woman's liberation movement. Indeed, there is hardly a city in the country today where the subject of rape and how to prevent it is not being discussed at women's organizations, college campuses, or on radio talk shows like this one, which takes telephone calls from its listeners.
Until this month in New York, women had to submit to vaginal examination, produce smears of semen, or find a witness to corroborate her testimony that she had been raped. No corroboration has been needed for robbery or assault. Of the approximately 4.5 million women residents of greater the New York area, just over 4,000 cases of rape were reported to the police last year. Half as many men were arrested and a tiny percent convicted. The brutal act of rape, a crime against women, is very much under discussion. It's tonight's topic, and if you've been raped, fear rape, or plan on raping, or even plan on being raped, stay tuned and join the conversation.
Well, in New York, we find that most rapists fit in the age group of 20 to 29, and we also know that most rapes happen in the ghetto areas in the city. So therefore, we know that we're on the lower economic scale. But outside of that, it's really all types of people who will commit rape.
Of rape on the college campus has prompted many school authorities to set up workshops at which students, counselors, and law enforcement officials can discuss the problem.
There have been 2 rapes on campus, and people are scared.
I think once women get in touch with the fact that rape is very real, the next response that I have frequently encountered is one of fear. Any of you that have ever seen someone loitering on a corner or hear footsteps behind you in the dark know what I'm talking about. The chill that goes up your back, the sweat you break into, the feeling that you're going to get sick. It's a very terrorizing immobilizing kind of experience to get in touch with that kind of terror.
I'm always afraid of being raped or, you know, knocked over my head.
I've always been like nervous at night and things like that and locked my door. And I've always been aware that people are around me. And things seem to happen sometime. In New York last year, something happened to me. So like I'm always aware of everything, and I like try to stay away from dark places. And I'm very, you know, protective of myself as far as that's concerned. I don't ride in subways. I don't, you know, I'm definitely aware of the problem. And it's a big problem. The girls are scared, and people want escorts at night.
Yeah, people are much more careful, definitely. Yeah. They don't go anywhere by themselves or try not to.
I'm scared. I don't like it at all.
I work in a rape counseling service, New York Women Against Rape. We're women who have been raped or sexually molested in some way. We run a rape hotline every night, 5 nights a week. And we get women calling who have been raped a long time ago.
Organizations like Women Against Rape are now springing up in cities all across the United States. Besides sympathetic understanding, they can provide useful medical advice and help a rape victim take her case to court if she chooses. Not satisfied with the protection afforded them by the police, these women are also trying to make their sisters more aware of the problem of rape and better prepared to prevent it.
We're demonstrating because there's a singles party going on downstairs, and we've gotten a lot of calls from women who've been raped or who have almost been raped by men going to this particular group of parties. And we're trying to warn women not to go in, or if they do go in, to be careful who they speak to.
Your most precious possession is your life. Learn to fight for it. Know the vulnerable points of a man's body and how to use them. Common items that you can carry on your person also make effective weapons. Nail files, hairspray, a comb, or a key held tightly between the fingers.
And we have, first of all, demonstrated our free-on-board technique, which still startles most people when directly confronted with it. This
The gas-powered horn is highly recommended by this large block association in Philadelphia. To be effective, of course, it must be held in the hand at all times. But Americans will consider almost anything to make themselves secure, from common sense strategies to psychological techniques, almost too risky to try.
freaky people don't get hurt. And if you are a little frightened and you feel that there's some, danger of that, start acting freaky. It's better than just acting like a predictable victim would.
But acting freaky may be dangerous too. And many women today prefer the ancient art of karate.
Well, I've always been fascinated by karate because of its beauty and its vigor. But I only started to think seriously about taking it when I was raped. I was raped last April. And that really, it was humiliating. It was a degrading experience. And I was first in shock and hysterical, and then furiously angry. Angry and afraid too. Because there was no, well, perhaps it mainly happened because I wasn't alert. Of course, most of these incidents could have been prevented by a person's being alert. Just having this self-confidence will make a rapist, will make any kind of mugger or criminal think twice about attacking you. It is a fact that muggers and rapists will ascertain that you are a weak person before they attack you. Obviously, if you have muscles bulging out, if you look self-assured, like you can take care of yourself, like you will act, it will be dangerous for them. They will be afraid, so...
Left side in, yeah, mate.
I respect myself enough to fight, for my privacy, the privacy of my body, for my peace of mind. Where before, I was afraid of people. I mean, I didn't run from everybody, but if something looked frightening, I always felt totally helpless, and I avoided it completely in as much as I could. But I hated the feeling of always feeling helpless, like this person can do anything they want to me, and I'm going to say, just don't hurt me, I'll do anything you say.
If I wake up in the middle of the night, I always think, did I lock the door? And specifically what I'm afraid of in that situation and I hope this doesn't sound psychotic, is that somebody would come into the house at night and murder me or my child. And when I've lived in the country, it never occurred to me that somebody would do me harm. When I hear someone walk on the street behind me, I am aware of it. I stop and look because it's a potential attacker. And I'm not talking only about rape. I'm talking about just the feeling of violence and, you know, that people aren't good to each other.
This exercise work is pop, maximum tension. Ichi. Knee. Slowly opening the mouth, opening the eyes, keeping the chin pushed into the back of the neck all the way back.